All right, it's gonna be a trade recap on how I lost $2,040 day trading the Nasdaq this morning. This was the one trade that I took. These executions are I accidentally entered, but yeah, so that's not a real trade, but I accidentally entered there. But yeah, so I lost $2,000 this morning on this trade right here. I was just trying to hold this up for a 1-to-1. But yeah, and then we're gonna go over this Judas swing that I missed as well. But yeah, so this is a 4-minute long. Ended up losing. We're gonna turn off the executions now. Yeah, so let's go over price. Get rid of this. So let's go over to market open. So our bias is super obvious today. We were dumping, right? But as we were dumping into this daily for value gap, as you can see right here, we're in this daily bullish for value gap. Price is already bullish. I mean, we can see the last few days it's been super bullish. And then as we can see, right here, as we were dumping overnight, we just generated a ton of low resistance liquidity, leading up to a unfilled 4-hour for value gap right here. So I was bullish for that reason. Off open, we did have this 15-minute gap right here, bearish gap. So I was hoping that we would leave this unmitigated, which is not what ended up happening. But if we play price out, here's market open right here. So we can see we tap into this 15-minute fair value gap right here, creating a 15-minute intermediate high. We then come down, take out these lows, sweep out all, just kind of sweep this out. At the same time though, ES, which is what I liked here, ES actually filled in this daily for value gap right here. So on this move down was ES tapping into its daily for value gap. So that's what this move down was for. We then get this V-shaped recovery inversion right here. This was obviously the best trade of the day. Again, I didn't take this. And then you just hold this up to, whatever high. And you hit TP for a 1 to 1.78, almost a 1 to 2R. Honestly, you could have held this all the way up to the 4-hour gap and what it ended up hitting for a 1 to 5R. But, however, I did not take this. Why did I not take this? Well, I was waiting for this 2-minute right here. Once I saw this 2-minute close, I'm like, wow, it's already at this high. I didn't like that. Stop loss would have been super big. So I ended up fading this, which was a mistake, obviously. And I'm going to go over why this was a mistake and something that I've been trying to actually learn from in my trading with these Judas swings, right? So I still could have held this up for a 1 to 1.5R if I just entered off that 2-minute gap. So why was this a mistake waiting for the highest time frame inversion? First of all, Judas swings, you don't always have to wait for the highest time frame inversion. 9:30 open brings so much volatility into the market where waiting for the highest time frame inversions, this is going to happen. You're just going to get a terrible entry. So taking it just off honestly, you don't even have to wait for any inversion. Sometimes you just take it straight off displacement. I mean, look at this displacement we get. It's even if there wasn't an inversion, ES, same thing. ES literally perfectly sweeps this this daily for value gap and gets an instant reaction. That could be your entry. Like, you don't have to wait for the highest time inversion. That's something that I personally struggle with still, even though I talk about it. I feel like I've talked about it like 100 times now on Instagram, but still I wait for the highest time inversion and got smoked because of it. Also, even though I did wait for the highest time inversion, I did not take this trade because we hit this 15-minute intermediate high. That's also not a valid reason to not take this trade. I should have taken this anyway because this 15-minute intermediate high, like, this is protecting super low resistant liquidity. All this low resistant liquidity is what this is protecting. We're obviously going to go run all of this. Like, it was so obvious. I said that coming into the day. Like, my bias is obviously bullish today. We're going to run all this and come all the way up to this 4-hour for value gap. So there was no reason for me to be like, oh, like, mechanically, yes, I shouldn't take this because it hit the internal high. But if let's just use common sense and just use my fucking brain, I would have been like, okay, well, that doesn't matter because this is just protecting low resistant liquidity. And now this low right here, if I grab this brush, this low is now super high resistant. There's no reason for price to come back down into here. And especially with all this low resistance above, there's just no reason for price to go any lower. And I'm really pissed off, to be honest. I missed this trade if you couldn't tell. I'm fucking annoyed as fuck because I just made a stupid mistake and then end up losing money because of it. But anyway, so we missed that. Play price out a little. Then this is where my loss was right here. If the 4-minute likes to load. So I took this off the 4-minute inversion right here. Basically, we just tapped into this 5-minute gap, 4-minute inversion. Yeah, was this a good trade too? Probably not. No, this was also a bad trade. We also hit equilibrium, which I didn't like. This was a bad trade. One, I was already pissed off because I missed a trade. After I was pissed off, I should have just gotten off, to be honest, because I knew that I was emotional and I was pissed off that I missed this. So I probably should have just gotten off the charts and been done for the day. Two, took this off an unsponsored 5-minute gap. As you can see, this 5-minute gap is not sponsored by anything. Like, you could say it's sponsored by this down here, but no, like this 5-minute gap was sponsored by this move down here. This 5-minute gap is not sponsored by anything. So that's why this was an invalid trade. Also, if we look at ES at the same time of this trade, we're literally trading into a 5-minute bearish gap. And looking at ES, like, I mean, I just shouldn't have taken this when we're trading into a 5-minute bearish gap. And for 3, we had a 15-minute gap opening below, which I don't really care as much about this, because if this was a sponsored 5-minute gap, then waiting for the 15-minute gap like is unnecessary, because it would have been a breakaway gap. But since this is an unsponsored 5-minute gap, there's honestly no reason to even have it marked out. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Unsponsored 5-minute gap literally does not mean anything. So I shouldn't have even had it. I shouldn't even have it marked out. I should have just waited for the 15-minute gap to get hit. And then if we actually play price out, we can see that we actually end up getting an entry from this 15-minute gap to our draw on liquidity, which was the 4-hour right here. So we get this 2-minute inversion. And now look, we have 1, 2, 3 stacked highs leading up to this 4-hour fair value gap. I'm pretty sure this was the highest time frame inverse on this. Yeah, so we had this 2-minute inversion. We also get this 3-minute right here. So if you waited for that as well, and then you just enter off of that, stop go here, and you could have targeted the 4-hour gap. And if you play price out, we can see price instantly delivers all the way to that 4-hour gap off of that 2-minute inversion right there. So that was the good continuation trade today, just waiting for that 15-minute. And if I waited for that, then yeah, that would have been a good trade. But I didn't. I took a stupid trade and I lost money because of it. I did take these on live this morning, so people in my live also lost. So that's on me, obviously. But if you want to join my Discord, free Discord link in the description, along with my Instagram and TikTok, which I post a lot of educational stuff on there. So definitely go watch or go follow those. Also, I'm going to start posting a lot of more educational stuff on the YouTube side. Coming here soon, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. So yeah, that's it for me today. Brutal day, but I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, thanks guys for watching, and join that free Discord, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a dub.